going on, guys? Zephanics here, and welcome to another episode of Z Trailers, where we go ahead and watch the latest trailers that come out and go ahead and see what we can see to kind of get some insight on what the future of gaming is going to be. Today, we're going to take a look at EA Sports UFC cinematic trailer, which just came out about 3 or 4 days ago. Now, a little bit of insight with myself regarding UFC games. I first started playing the UFC games when UFC Undisputed 2000 came out, and the reason why I started playing it because I thought it was really cool that Brock Lesnar was in that game. At the same time, he was also in that year's WWE game. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I wanted to go ahead and make a comparison between them. And I thought the game was awesome. I was like, this is a really great game. UFC is incredible. So I started watching UFC a lot. And the thing is that at the time, though, I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I couldn't really buy the game for, $59.99. I wound up getting the game later on that year, though. But when the release date came out for UFC Undisputed 3 came out, I picked it up for both the Xbox 360 and then later on for the PlayStation 3. So, definitely a big fan of this game right here. So, with that said, though, I definitely do plan to pick this one up. And I don't have a PlayStation 3 just yet. PlayStation 4 rather. But I actually do plan to pick one up when this game is actually released or when a game that I actually want to play is actually released for the system. Right now, there's nothing that I want to play right now. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. And then we're going to sit back, relax, and go ahead and talk about this trailer. Take a look.
We're excited to welcome you to the next generation of sports gaming, bringing world-class athletes to life by recreating their athleticism, intensity, and emotion like no game has before.
I'm Brian Hayes, creative director on EA Sports UFC, and this is your inside look at the stars of our game, the fighters.
We scanned the fighters from the UFC using our most advanced capture technology. These high-resolution images allowed us to create highly detailed models of each athlete's face and body at a level that just wasn't possible before. Combined with the incredible power of next-generation consoles, we're able to use high-resolution textures and dynamic lighting technology to achieve a level of realism unattainable on previous generations. This is literally as real as it gets. To make you feel the fight, the scanning process captured far more than just physical features. New facial animation technology means we can give each athlete a sense of awareness, intelligence, and emotion inside and outside the octagon, utilizing unique expressions captured from the UFC fighters themselves. From warm-ups to signature stances, we've captured hundreds of distinctive animations to bring the UFC's biggest stars to life, making every time you step in the octagon to face them feel authentic. In the world of EA Sports UFC, Anthony Pettis has his swagger. GSP respects the opposition. Vanderlei Silva can intimidate with a look, and John Jones really gets to be John Jones. Feel the fight for yourself when EA Sports UFC drops this spring. Stay tuned for more dev diaries featuring dynamic striking, submission battles, living world, and much more.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the trailer right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some things that we can definitely that we can see here in the trailer here. So this was definitely a really good trailer. I really did enjoy it a lot. So we got right now, got one of the fighters heading to the ring right now, and this, like I said before, this is all in-game footage here. So, this really looks good. And keep in mind, this is YouTube right here, so you really can't see, you can only see 30 frames per second in YouTube. Technically you could see 60 if you know how to do it, but, we'll just, for now, the default is like 30 frames per second here. So, it is a really good, motions right here. So it's pretty much just going to get pretty real. Now, this is, of course, assuming that they don't decide to go ahead and kind of cut it down. Like, there's a good chance that they could, in the end, say, oh, we want to only make it 30 frames per second. The fuck would you want to do that for? How are you going to talk about as real as it gets? Is life 30 frames per second? Granted, it's not 60 frames per second, but you get the idea. So, at any rate, a couple of things I want to talk about here. If you look at this guy's hair, it definitely is, the hair is really flowing right here. Take a look at it. So that's something that I definitely want to take a look at here. You also got female fighters who were not in UFC Undisputed 3 now making their debut here. So that's also going to be really cool. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. We also have, let me see here. If you look at the actual ring here, take a look at the ring for a second there. It's actually looking really good. Now, one thing I loved about UFC Undisputed 3 is that the rings look really good. It kind of made you wonder why the hell didn't the WWE games look as good, even though they're made by the same company, you know? But anyway, I'm just saying. So a ring definitely looks good, you know, with the way the lights shine, the way, you know, the way it looks there. So definitely really good right there. Also, another thing I want to talk about is camera angles here, such as this one right here, not the one right here, through the fence. A lot of times in Undisputed 3, you didn't see a lot of through the fence camera angles. No, one can only wonder why. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So, I mean, it's like I said before, whatever's really whatever with it. There's not much I can say regarding animation of the characters because animation for for Undisputed 3 was really good. So, you know, it's like, there's not much you can say, you know, but you know, definitely, nonetheless, it looked really good. Now, the one thing they talked about is how they actually took a picture of the, you know, with high-resolution cameras of the fighters here. I think that, I'm pretty sure that Undisputed 3 used Jack's Pacific in order to go ahead and get the render of their fighters. So basically what that means is that, damn, what's up the ear, man? Just saying, bro, that is not the right ear. But anyway, what I'm saying is this, though. Jack's Pacific is a toy company, so what they did was they could have just went ahead and just took the scans of the toy, and then took those files and just import them into the game, which is not really a bad idea. Then they probably just went ahead and kind of brought them up to date or whatever. So, yeah. Just an FYI, it looks like he's using looks like they might be using Windows 8. I'm just saying. Can't tell until you get over there, of course. But I know this is Media Player right here, so I'm not really sure. I bet they won't go that far. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't go that far. But anyway, so this is kind of what the characters' bodies are going to look like in game here without textures. So I mean, in terms of graphics, it's not really bad at all. It's not really bad at all. It's very, you know, pretty on par. I'm going to say on par, but because UFC 3, like I said, Undisputed 3 really did go ahead and kind of go all out. It was really surprising how good they look. This is a nice comparison with the actual real faces and then the game faces. Back to real face, then game face. Not too bad. Not too bad. So, like I said before, definitely some good things going on here. I'm going to take a look at here. Take a look at this guy's arm right here. You know, just little things like that. You know, this guy really does look like Chuck Liddell. So, you know, I mean, he had got one of the distinct faces. So I'm not sure how you can really do that wrong. So, like the faces are okay. You know, there's only so much you can do with faces. So, yeah, you know what I mean. But Chuck Liddell got that. You know. Whatever. Anyway, so here's some animations of the characters here. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And one thing I want to talk about is the like I said before, the flexing of the characters here. So you can definitely see like if you look there, you can see muscles actually flexing right there. Like look, like it would in real time. You know. So that's a definite you know, good thing right here. Great people right there. Facial expressions, guy look like Broken Games right here. You know, definitely looking good. You know, even the scar on his chest. You know, like I said before, even right here, the slightly faded tattoo right here is actually good. Philippians 4:13. What Philippians 4:13? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, like I said before, it looks really, really good. I'm really impressed by it. Like I said before, I've been a long time UFC gamer here, and it's looking really good here. That's actually a really good picture right here, really good shot right here. So let's go ahead and kind of bring it back some here. So here's the, this is supposed to be the money shot part of it. So like I said before, first of all, take a look at the back right here, the background. You see right there, you know, you got the guy in the suit there, the Japanese suit right there, and you got you know, the lady right here. Both of these guys, even though it's a little faded right there, they still look decent. They still look good, even for faded characters right there in the background. You got the guy taking a picture back there. You know, he still looks good as well. You know, as well as some of the stuff that you got back here. You got EA Sports sitting right here. Not a big surprise. They like to go ahead and promote themselves in their own game. Always. Seriously, I have no idea what the fuck is up with them with that regarding that, but whatever. So definitely good right there. Are you kidding me? Dude, they got EA on the map. They got EA on the damn map. Not surprised, but whatever. We got him right here in a guillotine choke right here. So, and then here's a picture of the whole octagon. My boy's back. I don't know this guy's name offhand, but he's also in UFC 3. That guy's like, this is a guy like a senior referee or whatnot. So with that being said, though, like take a look at everything right now. Just kind of take everything in right here. So you got the cameramen right here, and then you got the stands in which they stand on, which is, like I said before, that's one thing that the cameramen really do. At the same time, the crowd, which still looks very good here. You got the lady out here at the round one and all that. I'm assuming she walked around or something, or maybe she, not really sure where she's coming from, as, the gate's right there. Maybe you just took a long walk. But whatever. Maybe she's trying to keep in shape. Anyway, so this is how it looks, out there. It's like, it's not a bad thing at all. It's not at all if you look at this. Granted, it's a little over EA'd. It's like, look at it for a second here. Big old EA Sports right here. As real as it gets, which is their tagline right here. EA, and right here, UFC.com. No, I can't read what this is. It says UFC something, but it's just the way EA is, man. It's like promote their own selves in their own game. I don't really understand that, but at the same time, I kind of do, like especially when trailers are concerned. So, just in case you did not know this was an EA trailer. I know. Anyway, moving on. So, like I said before, the lights shine down really cool right there. The gloves are really good right now. So, that's it. It's coming out for spring 2014. With that being said, though, there are a couple of things that I'm like, we haven't seen yet that I am worried about right now. I was kind of hoping that Jason David Frank would actually be in the UFC by the time this came out, but he's not. But at the same time, the UFC, I guess, I don't know. Basically, I kind of hope he was in the next fighting game. He's not. It is what it is. I know because he's not in that promotion, but still, I was kind of hoping he'd be in that promotion by now. Let me see what else. We haven't seen anything regarding the career mode. We have heard a hint of the career mode, but we haven't heard anything regarding the career mode as a whole. Nor have we saw create a character, because career mode in Undisputed 3 was very well done. It was very well done. It's literally one of the best career modes that I've ever played, and it kind of brings me back to the old WWF fighting wrestling games when the career modes were actually career modes. Remember that back in the days when they were actually career modes, and now they're like not really career modes. It's just kind of like random generated arcade modes now, to me anyway. And I'm just saying, like back in the day, you would feel like you had a rivalry with someone because they would come after you a lot and you would go after them or whatever. It's just nowadays it's not like that. But anyway, we're going to talk about that when Z trailers for WWE 2K15 comes out. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this trailer. I am really impressed with the trailer, as impressed as one can be regarding a trailer. But nonetheless, I am looking forward to going ahead and picking this game up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Have a good night. Zeph out.